So today off to Sunland Water Gardens first, and then meeting with Callie Coy, and there's a shop called Pond Pros as well. They said that if they're about, they're quite busy out doing installs and stuff, but if the owner's about at the time where I can go and see him, I'm going to give him a call and see if I can go pop in and see them. I'm just loading up my stuff and getting on my way. Hello, Carl from CWD. I'm just at Sunland Water Gardens. Everything for your pond here. It's in Los Angeles, just north of Los Angeles. I've just spoken to to David, and he's kind of running through. He's going to go through what they do here, what they're all about, customer base and everything. Here's all the details. They're closed on rainy days. Got my little sample case and my water. It's absolutely scorching today. I might even put my cowboy hat on. You know, I am going to put my cowboy hat on. No point in having such a cool hat and not using it, eh? Kept it in the car. There we go. That's better. This is the weather for a cowboy hat, I tell you. Right, let's go.
This, and then we also get the state brings us all their invasive turtles.
Oh really?
All the turtles you see over there are rescues from either animal, like one of the animal shelters or animal control.
So you don't sell them then?
No, they give them away.
Okay.
So if a customer, as long as they have an appropriate space for them, they can just have one.
Cool.
If there's any issues, they can bring them back.
Thank you. So in the States they have fish from Singapore as well as Japan, and they have homebred ones as well. So David here is going to show us some of these short-bodies.
Are relatively new. You know, they're sometime after 2010 was the first time they've been come for sale.
Okay.
So it's something you wouldn't see in Japan, because typically, as if this kind of mutation pops up in Japan or a lot of places, they cull them.
Yeah.
Or, you know, it's considered undesirable. But we have a breeder out of Singapore who really likes the look, and so was breeding for it. They have all the same long fin characteristics, but they're going to max out at about the size of a human head. So, you know, like a 16, well, like a 16, 18-inch body maximum.
How wide do they go?
Wide. So you see, like, they get to be like,
that is actually like a human head though.
Yeah, about the same kind of proportions is what we've seen. And I don't know how long they'll live. So like the first batch came out, like I said, 2010 and is still alive. Okay. Presumably they're going to have a slightly shorter lifespan than some of the like other koi. Because like, I mean, small goldfish have a shorter lifespan than big goldfish. But we're not sure yet, just because there hasn't been enough time.
Yeah.
And this, so you can see the two.
Oh yeah, I couldn't even see the dark one.
Yeah, the kind of Mayan pattern. And I'm sure you're familiar with the high fins.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can kind of see, like from like a buttered popcorn to like a real platinum.
Yeah, the platinum look really good, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And if you decide you want to move them to the sun to get a better shot, you're welcome to do so.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Every year we try and bring in new stuff, and you know,
new things like this are really good for people getting a bit bored or just wanting a change.
I mean, and then like people who already have a lot of koi, they seem to get along just fine. We're not having issues with putting them. Like we have people who have koi that are 3 feet, and they've included these, and they're not getting swallowed.
Yeah, good.
Any issues like that.
Just before I came out, I saw one of my koi with a smaller koi in his mouth.
Yeah, I mean that happens. Like typically we'll say, like, you know, once you get to like this big, you gotta start. You can't stop on the $20 ones anymore.
Okay. So you've got Japanese over there.
Yeah, Japanese are the big two tanks.
Yeah.
And then domestic. And then these are mixture of domestic and imports. And then these are all imports. These are all Singapore.
All Singapore, all here. Yeah. So, when ponds are being built in the US, do you recommend a minimum depth?
Yeah, well, I mean, so typically just for predators, you want to have sections that are at least 3 feet deep. Okay. I mean, the most common predator here is raccoons.
Oh yeah, you've got raccoons. Yeah, you've got a lot more to contend with over here, haven't you?
Yeah, and then egrets and herons.
Yeah, herons is UK big problem.
And they're protected species here. You can't shoot them. You can't do nothing.
Same back home.
Yeah, you can't do nothing because they're migratory bird. And so typically people will either net their ponds or electric fence works real good.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about electric fences since I've been over here.
Yeah, no, that works real good. We sell those. And I mean, saw some lady come in for one earlier today. They're popular.
Yeah. So what about pond size? Is it like an average pond size?
I mean, most of our customers, you know, out of a couple hundred, the range is about, you know, 1,000 to 2,000 gallons is normal. But most of our customers will see it's a 3 ponds in their lifetime. You build your first little rinky-dink pond. You go to the hardware store and get some stuff and build something, and then you get some upgrades from us, and then you build your second pond where, you know, 1,000 to 2,000 gallons. And then if you make it to retirement age, you go get all the bells and whistles. And that's when you sign up for monthly maintenance, where you have a guy come out and just service it, and you just enjoy it. But then, like, you know, the biggest things that, like, we do, like backyard ponds, you know, 1 million gallons. Like, we've got a couple jobs that are...
That's like a lake.
Yeah. I mean, like, we've done, I think we got like 3 jobs that we go do regularly that are 1 million gallons.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
And then, you know, a lot of other interesting, like, 100,000, 200,000 gallon stuff too. But then, like, I mean, we also have maintenance accounts that are 80 gallons.
So it's just the full spectrum.
I mean, we try and, I mean, like, mostly try and be here for backyard builders and contractors. Like, you know, we get lots and lots of contractors that visit us every day. And we have some people who are smacky wacky addicted too. Like, you know, only 1 in 10 customers makes up 50% of our sales.
That's a big amount.
Like, you know, because, like,
it's like an addiction. So.
No, like, I mean, I talk about my boss all the time. I think, you know, it's a good thing you're on water lilies and not drugs, because you'd weigh 70 pounds and live at Port Authority.
So the ponds that are built over here as well, are they mainly sunken in the ground, or are they built above like these?
No, 85% are in ground. About 15% are above ground or a mix. You know, like, I mean, a mixer style is my preference, where you get, like, you know, enough that you can sit on the side, but sunk into the ground a good 2 feet. So.
That makes sense.
And I mean, like, Aquascape is the biggest network of builders here by a leap and a bound. And so their style is the predominant one here. You know, just skimmer and waterfall filter. And we do, like, a lot of those where that's the basis, and then somewhere down the line they're putting in a pressure filter in line and a separate aerator.
Just sort of great things down there.
I mean, like, when we have somebody build, I always tell them, start with, no matter what size they go with 2-inch plumbing. Because you can change your pump, you're going to change the pump at some point. You might change other things, but if you start with 2-inch plumbing, you can handle up to, you know, you go up to 5,000 gallons per hour without it being an issue.
That's good. Okay.
And then, I mean, like, I did this in Utah for 7-8 years. And that's also completely different. Like, everything is done in flex. Like,
everything flexible,
so flex PVC. Because you get bad freezes there, and rocky, terrible soil.
Water will explode the pipe water. $700 for a skimmer. Okay, so I just met with, it's really sunny, I can barely see anything. Just met with David and Brandon at Sunland Water Gardens. They're really close to Hollywood, and they have Hollywood film sets. Order plants from them. They'll order hundreds of plants. They'll cut all the leaves off, put them, you know, do whatever with them, and they get involved in a lot of things to do with that. So that's really cool. I never thought of how close they are to Hollywood and the fact that film sets are going to need that type of thing. So yeah, it was really exciting to hear. They supply koi from Singapore, from American bred and Japanese. The price is very similar between the Japanese and the stuff they get from Singapore, and they said the quality's, you know, pretty much the same as well. So yeah, I didn't know that you could. Oh, in the UK I don't think we can import from Singapore. So yeah, I've not heard of them doing it. I see it all the time on Facebook though, someone trying to flog stuff from Singapore, Vietnam or whatever, and then a lot of people say it's a scam. So yeah, stay away from that in the UK if you hear anything. But yeah, really nice bunch of guys. They wanted to set up an account straight away as well, which is just really exciting. So yeah, hopefully we're going to have a bit of a foot in the door in the States. They do ponds up to 1 million gallons, so that's a lot of pipe work. So yeah, that'd be good to get supplying those ponds, eh? So yeah, I'm going to go to the Backdoor Bakery, I think it's called, for my lunch. That's what David recommended do. So on the way for lunch, and then I'm going to phone Christian at Cali Koi and check in with him and see what happens there. So yeah, on to the next one.